reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
And I'm your other host, Quincy.
How you doing, Q?
I am alive.
Yeah, we both are trudging through our fields independently. But I managed to get some time in on that Delta Force demo and play through a little bit more. I'm actually excited for a game release that's going to be free to play. Just to turn off the brain.
It's really hard to get excited for the ones you have to spend $70 on to be disappointed with.
That is for truthins. That is for definite truthins. Oop, boop, boop, boop. Let's not do all that right now. I don't know why you decided to pop up about rewards. I will look at that later. So, Twitch was giving me a little pop-up that said, hey, talk to your viewers about rewards. And I'm like, yes, they know about the reward system.
I demand your attention.
I demand your attention. Having anything good to drink over there, Q?
I've got a Starbucks.
Yeah, I got a Ricky. Yeah. It's the last second grab type stuff. Gotcha. All right, let's go ahead and hop into a couple. Oop, that's right. Let's hop into a couple Humble Bundles Toot Sweet. Because we got a lot of things to talk about. Yes.
A couple things knocked down.
What things knocked down?
I said a couple things to knock down.
Oh, yes, at least. Here we have Microid's Mystery Menagerie, a game bundle that is pretty good, all things considered. You get the Agatha Christie set, which is the Hercule Poirot style games where you play as Hercule figuring out these very specific cases. It goes further into the other Agatha Christie style games, as well as Black Sad, a noir style cop detective that is figuring out the death of someone very close to him. All the way into the Siberia stuff. Siberia is okay. I wasn't a big fan, but I'm glad that it's there. Sinking Island and Postmortem, very old school style games. And then Nostradamus, the probably oldest of them all. And this one has a limited key supply. So if you're wanting a very old school detective with strange occultism game, Nostradamus is a good one. So if you happen to throw, I believe it's, what, for $5, it's $1. Oh, yeah. So if you got $1 and you want to go through a really interesting game, that one's a good one. But this one helps out Girls Who Code, helping the female gender get into a lot of these highly scalable club programs, extra dedication workshops, and have much more of an incentive to build games such... there was someone that had mentioned Girls Who Code on Twitter and said, I have them to thank for me building this really nice, cozy game. I forget the name, I apologize, but they helped. And I can't boast it enough if I can see their work in action. Bang. Speaking of games that still work, Atari has been in the business, been out of the business, and back into the business. And now they're here with a recharged retro revival, featuring their Atari 50, their anniversary celebration, which features over 100 Atari games, with a few light touches to certain ones like Metroid, Centipede, etc. Now, if you played the Wild Tangent / free versions on your Windows XP, these will feel a little familiar because they are what you know, but a little bit more pizzazzy, a little bit more stylish. Caverns of Mars, Berserk, Breakout, Yars, Missile Command, and Asteroids, I believe, got all new power-ups. Centipede got some new challenge modes, and Black Widow is very similar to like Yars. And they are glowed up. They have beautiful renders. Let's go ahead and mute that before it starts up. They have beautiful renders. They look really nice and stylish. Do you prefer the old school asteroids, or would you try this new age of asteroids?
I would definitely try the new stuff. I mean, I like the old stuff, but I would be interested in trying a new version of this.
Okay. And then that raises up.
Especially because it's not like one of those ones where it looks like they completely changed everything about it when making a new version.
Fair. They pretty much kept it all. Like, I believe there's also classic, the classic survival ish one, as well as the new arcade. But that also brings up, do you play Centipede with a joystick or a ball?
I always play it with a joystick, but I mean, I guess I would go with whatever I have, which in this case would actually probably just be a mouse.
A mouse would be pretty nice then. But yes, all of these are activatable on Steam, where getting a ball controller might be a little weirder, because I know there's like Logitech thumb ball mice, and I don't know if that would work. But even still, this helps out a new charity I haven't talked about. Take This. Take This is a mental health nonprofit serving the gaming industry in a whole, that provides resources, guidelines, and training about mental health issues in the game community, thus reducing the stigma of mental illness. I believe they just had a couple seats at PAX, and basically said, "Hey, are you feeling overstimulated? Come sit at one of these rooms, listen to some cool music." And they had like these booths. Oh yeah, here we go. Take This key programs are its AFK room program at conventions, its mental health consulting program for game developers, and its ambassador program for streamers. So it's
Very nice.
very mental health is very important. I'm glad we're finally talking about it. But dude, and speaking of talking about it, Capcom decided to just say, "Hey, you guys have supported us, and you guys are supporting Monster Hunter, which used to be our weak Achilles heel. You guys have let us carry you through World, uh, kind of trudge through Rise. We're gonna give you an open beta." So an open beta test period has been opened, a little bit more extended for the PlayStation 5, but annoyingly, 6 days versus the 3 days that the rest of us get. So theirs opens up on the 28th, ours opens up on the 31st, and no matter what, it ends on the 3rd. And this is the Pacific Standard Time, because it will shut down globally at that time. So here's the times on the thing, on the screen. If you happen to want to Google it, it's the first search for open beta test period Monster Hunter Rise. It was easy to find. So, Bob. Speaking of Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter Wilds, they had a few additions to bring on. They said that if you create your character in the beta, it will roll over into the full version of the game. Cool. You also get a nice, cute little charm to go along with it to show that you helped out with the beta. They ask very politely, "Hey, if there's any bugs, report them." They are being very stern of, we want this game to be perfect when it launches on February something or other. And they were very communicative this entire trailer, and they said, we want this game to be good for you guys. February 28th, there we go. They are talking about their pre-order bonuses, all the extra stuff you get, and there are very specific features that come with the PlayStation 5, such as the nocturnal haptic feedback when you're fighting in the dark. You can feel it approaching. And I'm like, okay, if it has extra features for that, sure, fine. But miss me with that extra price tag and or expendable purchase to purchase a PlayStation. It has motion sensors, things that your controller will chirp at you about, small time things. Whenever your cat's trying to get your attention, it'll meow at you or say hey. I was okay with that idea. It showed us a couple extra
For a
monsters.
solid second, I forgot that there was a cat in this game, so I was like, it's just gonna tell me when my cat's trying to get my attention. What?
I mean, Palico's.
Pretty sure my cat does that already by screaming at the fucking door.
Look at this cute little homie. Look at him. But
It's cute.
yeah, the Palico. Could you give me a replug while I say these Palicos are able to talk now. They've been able to talk since Rise to a point, I think. So this is a little bit after in the timeline past Rise. I am excited to see the
Gotcha.
cooking. I'm excited to still see the cooking, and I will be able to see the cooking come. Let's open up last tab. Oh nope, reopen last tab. Uh, it will be on the October 31st at 8 p.m. I will be able to hop in and definitely play this game. I'm excited. Oh
I
boy.
expect. I don't know if you're allowed to record the beta. I'm assuming you're not. So when the full game comes out, I expect you to do a cut of the different cooking scenes with the sound in the background. Just let him cook.
Let him cook. Uh, what? I mean, I know there's a Deadpool in every universe, and there's a dog, there's a T-Rex, there's a werewolf, there's a female version, there's a baby version, there's a kid version. I wasn't expecting a fish version. Fish pool.
I mean,
It's very derpy.
they are signing a deal with anyone and everyone, so I'm not surprised.
Mm. Speaking of which, the villains dropped, and their clothes look a lot better from the concept. The Captain Hook,
Well, that's good.
Maleficent, and Cruella Deville. And yeah, they look pretty good. They just dropped Spider Woman also, and I was like, I don't know if Quincy likes this one. I ain't gonna show him.
Um, I'm not a big fan of Spider Woman. Her origin story is kind of weird, and she doesn't really have spider powers, but it's whatever.
Gotcha. Boop. Speaking of Epic Games, they are also dropping a Spider-Man collaboration in Rocket League with Haunted Hollows, where they have a cool-looking wrap as Spidey and a muscle car that is wrapped in venom, and even the tires are all crumbulated with symbiotic ooze. I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot more. I remember a while back they had a Green Goblin style car, and then they did the what was it Ghostbusters stuff at about that time. So I wouldn't be surprised if Epic managed to procure a little bit more into the Marvel line with this dropping. Did we get a trailer with this or just this?
I just saw this, but I did not actually seek out if there was a trailer.
Let me open up a new. Let's find out. Haunted Hollows Rocket League. Did we get it? Oh, we got a trailer. And it's a Switch trailer, which is even funnier, but you know. Oop. Can I pop that on this? Hey, it worked. So now you should be able to see it, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Oh, it's got little wet. Oh, it's Spider-Gwen. Okay. And it did the little Spider Sense, Spider Gwen. Oh, Miles and oh yeah, okay. I did see the Green Goblin, purplish green. Spider Punk, Spider Gwen, Scarlet Spider. That was the other one. It's Morbin time.
So Spider Gwen, I think, goes by Ghost Spider now.
Ah, hang on. Where is it's Morbin time?
Did it say Spider Gwen or Ghost Spider? Because I didn't notice the names at the bottoms before.
Spider Gwen.
Spider Gwen. Oh, okay. Cool.
And then you got Dunk's, like your dunk can look all symbiotic. Your paint can look symbiotic. That looks super cool. There's the Green Goblin one in the back. I think that's Carnage.
No, I think it's Scream.
That's Scream. And then Shock.
Mysterio.
Mysterio? Oh, okay. And then you saw the pumpkin ball.
So,
okay.
yeah, so Mysterio, Dr. Morbentime, Venom, Scream, and Green Goblin.
And then you got
And then
OG Spider-Punk.
Yeah, Spidey.
This one
Spidey,
has
Spider-Punk, Scarlet Spider, and then Spider-Gwen. So Scarlet Spider is Ben Reilly.
Oh. Do we like Ben? Do we stand, Ben?
It was a really bad storyline that had such backlash that they actually rewrote it.
Was that the one more day thing?
No, this was
No.
long before that.
Oh.
This was back in like the 90s or whatever.
Mm.
But I have nothing against Ben. He recently became a villain for a while.
Okay. That works then. Yeah, I mean, what is he still in canon now or nah?
Yeah, no, he's canon. He's always been canon. So the storyline was that we found out that the Peter Parker we have known and loved the entire existence of Spider-Man was a clone and not the real guy at all, and that the real guy was Ben Reilly,
Oh.
and that he was actually Spider-Man. And so we meet Scarlet Spider and Ben Reilly and all that, and people hated that. They're like, "That's stupid. If you're gonna have a clone, and Ben Reilly should be the clone, not Peter."
Yeah.
So then they backtracked and they made it, and they were like, "Oh, actually, it turns out that Ben was wrong. He is the clone, and Peter's not." I'm like, there you go, that's better. Ben's been through a lot of shit over the years, and one of the big, more recent storylines is he lost all of his memories, and he's been led to believe that Peter took them from him, and so he became a villain.
Gotcha. Okay. And so it was jealousy overall.
I mean, anger, thinking that someone stole your memories is a pretty big deal.
Gotcha. Give me a replug when you get a sec.
Okay.
Yep. There we go. Okay. So you can enjoy those over on the free-to-play still Rocket League. I'm curious if one or two of these is event exclusive, so you may need to play the event a couple dozen times in order to get some of these unlocked. Well,
Or I wonder if they'll all be milestone based.
maybe. Boop. Or purchasable. A collaboration that I'm a little skeptical on. For Honor and Destiny 2. The Destiny 2 stuff's rolling over to the Destiny, or the Destiny side's rolling over to the For Honor side, where the Crusader and the Exquisitor get skins like Shaxx and Saint 13, and I forget who gets the Scorn skin, but it is to promote this season specifically because one of the characters they take over the place is the new Fanatic. There he is. So
I'm gonna be completely honest. I forgot about For Honor. I'm shocked every time it comes up that it's still like a big thing.
Yeah, people love this game. Like, I know a couple people that this is their
Which
like.
I'm happy about. I bought it thinking I was gonna absolutely love it, and then it just wasn't for me. And I'm happy it's successful. I just I go so long without hearing anything, and then it's like, oh, there's a For Honor collab. I'm like, oh shit, For Honor's still going on.
Oh, hey, that's cool. Not my jam, but okay, that's cool. And the fact that it talks about bringing these suits of light, defending the light. I'm like, okay, cool. The Festival of the Lost still hasn't started yet, and we are a week and a day away from Halloween. I'm like, it's a spooky month, but I'm worried that this whole thing. I'm hoping we get some For Honor skins in return or something cool. I know later on we're going to be getting the magical girl stuff. Just Destiny. Bungie. But dude, have you ever wanted to play as a dog traveling through a haunted house to try and find your long lost owner?
I wouldn't say I've wanted to be that, but it sounds like an interesting concept.
And it's got hiding mechanics, and it very relies on two people collaboration trying to get some puzzles done. You both have the access to the same. You both have access to the same stuff, and you just have to solve a mystery as two dogs, and you can choose whichever dog you're wanting. There's, I think, 40 models. And yes, you can just randomly pee.
I mean, as one does.
As one does. So, solve a mystery with Haunted Paws. This is the early gameplay of it. Looks pretty dang good. I believe it is set for early access December. Nope, it has nothing for us. Just wanted to mention that it had gameplay. Oh,
I think it's a very cute concept.
But you know what isn't a cute concept? Killing vampires and or
That's an adorable concept. What are you talking about?
scary clowns or demons. So a cult-like game that is very similar to Hunt the Showdown. That's more centered around Halloween. That is their bigger thing, and they are opening up a play test. Da, 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 October 26th and 27th. I'm kind of surprised they didn't pull anything out during the next fest, but I'm glad that they put themselves on the independent. This feels, however, as mentioned, very Hunt the Showdown. Eh, we'll
Rather
see.
familiar.
Oh, very familiar, especially with the character models. But speaking of new character models for Hunt the Showdown, Ghostface Rampage, a new DLC is dropping. I like this character model. Ooh, I got the hiccups. Ah,
I actually really like it. I think it's a really cool costume. I like some of these different concepts that they come up with. Bringing Ghostface in as an IP to all these different things. There's a few different costume variations over in was it oh shit, what's the game where you play as a killer that's trying to escape?
Dead by Daylight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They've got some pretty cool costumes over there too. So I love seeing all these new designs that people come up with, and I really like this one.
Mm-hmm. Very 1896 as it's supposed to fit in with. But speaking of retro horror, we have Retro Realms bringing out two pretty interesting looking platforming games, both of Halloween and Ash versus the Evil Dead. And they are very bubbly looking compared to a game I would have expected. And you're killing everything as Jason. And then on the vice versa,
This looks fun.
this does look fun. And then you go over to the other side. This one gives you wall jumps with Ash Williams doing some good old wall breaking, wall jumping type stuff. It's got ground slams. I'm here for all of this. And fucking Buckshot does a lot. I want to do some Castlevania with Ash Williams. Yes. Both of these are
What game is
released.
this again?
This is the Retro Realms Ash vs. Evil Dead and Halloween double feature. This is both of these games.
Okay.
I believe it is out now. So I don't have a price tag. But go check your retailer, your digital outlet, and check it out. Alright, do. Have you ever wanted to kick a lot of things? We've talked about a lot of games that have kicking as its primary source, but question still stands. Do you want to kick a lot of things?
Yeah, why not? Let's kick some shit.
Okay. This one here
kicking?
only...
I want to do some kicking.
Yeah, a lot of kicking. If you've ever played Bulletstorm and just enjoyed the kicking portion of it, this game is probably for you. During the Xbox Partner Program showcase, they showcased Glum, which is a lot of kicking and foot-centric things. You gain power-ups that are foot-based.
The way you said that.
November 1st, you get a nice little demo. It will be out until its early access in 2025. And I'm kind of looking forward to this one because they marketed it as a first-person collectathon, which I haven't seen in a while. Speaking of
first-person kickathon.
First-person kickathon. But then,
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
yeah, fucking hire this man. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed, the official launch trailer. I watched this trailer. It's very Switch. It is very Switch graphics. It suits the art style that they're going for. It's an average run-of-the-mill hack and slasher. Voices are fine. Animations look fine. The beat 'em up thing looks fine. It does not look like it is for our generation, Q.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be.
No,
I'm not one of those people that's like, I'm the main character.
Right.
In fact, I'm very happy being a fucking NPC, but nobody will let me.
Right. Give me a replug on your earliest convenience.
Okay.
Boop. Speaking of weird things that I didn't know I wanted, Control, made by Remedy Games, a pretty good game. They're basically an outbreak reduction type. They stop weird things from happening. And so they said, let's take Lethal Company, but have it be the cleaning crew of Control. And so you get these really interesting looking weapons.
So I
And
was trying
you,
to ask you before, but I think I was having mic issues. Is this like as in Control the video game?
yes,
Control?
yes,
Okay. I never played it, so I wasn't sure.
okay. It's very, I don't want to go SCP because SCP, they have their containments and whatnot, while Control is very much we're actively using the things we're creating or finding. And then you basically wash everything off and grab new weapons and shoot a gnome. This is one of the weird ones. Apparently, it does devastating amounts of damage. I don't know. FBC
To shreds, you
Firebreak.
say?
To shreds, you say. And the wife? To shreds, you say.
To shreds, you say?
FBC Firebreak. It is what happens after Ebb. I forget the name of the Control DLC, but it is after the happenstance of one of the DLCs where these guys need to go in and clean it up. Sky do. Resident Evil.
Clean up, clean up.
Everybody do your work. Clean up. Do you like Resident Evil?
I do. I really like Resident Evil.
Well, from now
As if
until
it can't be told by the fact that we've had literal podcast episodes where we have to stop talking about Resident Evil.
yeah, and sadly we're back to it again because this is a good deal. Capcom was very gracious when they were showing us the Monster Hunter Wild stuff. They also pulled this out and said, Resident Evil, from now until I believe it is the 5th of November, for a Halloween sale, go and play some Resident Evil. 75% off most games. There are, if you get, I think Resident Evil is like $3 right now. And it's remade. It's fine. It's not like Resident Evil 2 or 3, but it's fine. It's serviceable. Resident Evil 0, I would say, is like $6. Resident Evil 4, the remake version, I think, is 30 right now, and that's the deluxe edition. I mean, go out and play some Resident Evil. They have a 2-minute long.
I would love a full blown remake, but I don't know if we're ever gonna get that.
Of one, or
yeah, like make one in the style of the 2 and 3 remake.
I don't know. It's the reason why I don't like the Silent Hill 2 remake. Like I love it visually, but it just doesn't have the same feeling of a CRT right in front of you and a dodgy sound system where you hear the first zombie come walking through, you know? It's just
Which I understand, and I do. So what they need to do is they need to do that one version that they did of the remake where you can actually go through and still set up the camera angle to be like Resident Evil 1's camera angle.
To do all that shit. Okay.
So then it can be your choice of which version of the game you want to play. Do you want to play
Old
the
school.
over the shoulder, or do you want to play mounted camera?
Call. So you're cooking. You're cooking right now. You hear this, Capcom? This man's a genius. Hire him.
Don't know the first thing about computer programming. What are you now?
I mean, just come up with the ideas. You get paid for the ideas. Bah.
Ideas, man.
You're an ideas man with an ideas plan. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 got a call out at the New York Comic Con, January 30th. The specs you need to run this is wild. They're saying try and get this thing through a cloud streaming service like NVIDIA Play Now, was it? Or NVIDIA, what was the NVIDIA program that allowed you to play your Steam library?
Yeah, I don't remember. It's not Play Now, but I don't remember what it's called.
I used it twice. It was fine. It was negligible. But something tells
I was
me,
very interested in seeing if I could find a way to use it without having a decent computer, and I couldn't quite confirm that my suspicion was going to work, so I didn't want to spend the money.
that's fair. Good news, they still have their 1 hour trials on empty computer servers. So that's an idea for later. Just to try for something. But even still, January 30th. Yeah, I'll probably if it gets on sale some when down the line, I'll probably get them both. But you know what? I was real
It
close.
kind of makes me sad that this is being so big and clunky because the mods that people made for the first one when it came to PC were incredible. And now with it being as big and clunky as it is, I feel like people are gonna be a little less inclined to want to bother.
Or was it really? Like, or do you
The
mean
mods, yeah, the
the?
mod because you're saying that what this one's gonna require. It's
Oh,
an amazing game, but I'm saying what you're saying is like this one's gonna require such a strong PC that like that might be a little bit more than what people want to bother with for modding.
oh yeah. You need a minimum 2060 Ti or 2060 Super. Like this thing is gonna demand that you have enough VRAM to look at the pretty shadows. Oh boy. And they say 4K support is going to be native. So I'm like, that's nice. Thank you for making the game very pretty, I guess. But dude, I came real close to pulling out the Switch to nab this thing up because I really like Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie. Um, I don't think I will. I'm gonna let this kind of pass by, but I really like Banjo Kazooie. They are really old school fun. October 25th, 2024. Did you ever play Banjo Kazooie? I remember you said N64 wasn't your
Yeah.
cut. Oh, you did?
No, I had an N64. We just didn't have very many games for N64. But I didn't play Banjo until Rare Replay ended up being a thing.
Ah, copy. Also, I hate to say it, give me another replug if you don't mind.
Okay.
uh, Vampire Survivors Ode to Castlevania. I I respect Vampire Survivors and all of their collaborations. They did a good Dead Cells one. They did an original Castlevania one, and now they're having almost all of them because there's characters I don't recognize. October 31st, this big old pack where you could play as a lot of different characters. I haven't played Vampire Survivors since it dropped on Game Pass. I don't know if I'll hop into this. I don't even know if how much is it. Hmm. 20 new characters and 30 plus musical tracks with Vampire Survivors historic composers, but also fan favorites. Okay, cool. Because I heard that they also redid some of the music from the classic games, such as Bloody Tears and Central Library, I think, for this guy, for Alucard. But I I like Castlevania. I like seeing more Castlevania. Don't think I'll get this though.
I like Castlevania. I'm not great at Castlevania. It's one of those ones where I might have to one of these days find a Castlevania Let's Player and just sit down and consume that media because I'm not great at Castlevania, but
That's
I do enjoy
fair.
it.
Ben Schwartz,
I'm not good at Metrovania games, period.
that's fair. But Ben Schwartz beats Castlevania with the Game Grumps in like 2.5 hours. If you want humor to go with it,
Really?
yeah.
That's
Uh,
great. I kind of love
and
that.
and speaking of Ben Schwartz, he just made a tweet, Blue Sky post. I don't know which one, but I saw it in passing on another Discord. That he's got another Let's Play with the Game Grumps, and he says we're finishing this one too, and he holds up Final Fantasy 3, which is notoriously long. But he
Nice.
later on he said, "I'm just kidding. It's something doable in a couple hours." So he beats another game.
Well, still.
Yeah. Dude, Call of Duty drops on Friday. Are you excited?
Dude, I don't have the kind of fucking space it takes to fucking install a Call of Duty game. You know what I'd have to do? I'd have to take a second mortgage on my house to have the kind of space it takes to fucking have a Call of Duty game. And I don't even know my house.
That's fair. 122 gigabytes for the pre-download.
You know the one thing I'm gonna miss about this ramp up to Call of Duty coming out?
What's that?
All the Peter Stormare commercials.
Well,
Because once it releases, we're not gonna get any more commercials.
not until the next Treyarch version, because I think he's only done the Treyarch ones, right? Oh no,
I'm
no,
not sure what he has
no.
on,
He
though.
did Modern Warfare 2 the second time around. Never mind. But even still, yeah, I concur. Peter Stormare looked like he had fun doing all of these commercials.
You know which ad campaign they did that I really enjoyed? I don't remember which game it was for, but it was the noob and the veteran. And I think Jonah Hill was in them. I think it was him.
I think
Somebody
that
like
was
that.
I think that was
Playing the
Blops. Blops 3, I think, maybe.
Maybe, but that was actually like a really fun ad campaign. I actually really enjoyed that one.
I miss ads, you know? Like they don't try and sell their game anymore. Now they're just fucking throw it all out there.
They expect that you're gonna buy it.
Meanwhile, you got Capcom that like every month and a half they're like, "You want more news about what we're building? Here you go. Eat little piggy, eat." And we're like, what?" And they go, "Do you want a
Stop
beta?
talking to me that way.
Do you want a beta? Do you want a beta? October 31st, peasant." Like, honest
And
to
then I
God.
buy it because I respect that they know what I am.
Yeah.
They know my name.
Like, honest to God, it looks so goddamn good, and the fact that I'll be able to test run it and have fun with it, and Capcom knows how to do it. Treyarch knows how to do it because they said we've heard a lot of your feedback. Movement's a little different, so be prepared on release day. I'm like, okay, fuck
Well,
yeah.
it's also owned by a new company now, so that's interesting.
Treyarch?
I don't know about Treyarch, but isn't Call of Duty technically owned by Activision, and Activision is now owned by Xbox or Microsoft?
Oh yeah. I guess that's why it's on
So I
Game
don't know where
Pass Day One.
Treyarch falls on that. Yeah, I don't know where Treyarch falls and like who owns who and who owns what, but yeah.
I think it's Activision does own Treyarch because it's like their subsidiary would be Infinity Ward, which would be like a sister. What do they call it? The studio, a sister studio to Treyarch
Right.
and Raven. Oh, I'm so glad Raven's getting its just desserts to be able to build a fucking game. But do you want to hear really good in Black Ops 6, Quincy? Do you...
You shouldn't have told me what this was ahead of time, because I don't have a good.
Okay.
I can't not be ragey a little bit right now.
I'm
gonna go with,
do you want to hear
sure,
this? Do you want to hear this?
Justin, I would love to hear really good.
Okay. In games, you will be able to hear footsteps a little bit more personal to how you can react to them, calling it the immersive spatial audio profile that you're allowed to edit and predetermined for both your unique head and ear shape to your Dolby surround sound or to your headphones that have that feature. Now, in saying all that, do you know who gives this shit for free? Ooh.
Who?
Valve. CS:GO had this. Actually, Source had this system where you can hear the footsteps from other sides of doors. When you open up the door, it has actual dynamic feedback that you're hearing something through a door. They're wanting $20 for this for 5 years. You don't even own it. You own a license for 5 years. And then after the 5th year, it may ask you to re-up it for the next game or have something completely freaking new.
So, and this is one of those things where I sit there and go, "Who came up with this?" Because I want to have a conversation with them.
It must have been someone up in Activision. There's no way Treyarch wouldn't give a shit. And Raven's like, we get to build good storytelling. You're letting us out of the cage. Food.
Would it have been a Microsoft decision? I feel like I haven't. Has Microsoft done something like this in the past?
They released a freaking Surface Pro that you put on your eyes for $900. I don't know, brother.
Still cheaper than the fucking Apple Glass thingy.
You are correct. $20 is a lot, and I would want to, and they give you a free trial of it so you can see the dynamic between them. If you already have like a good headset that does well for what you're using it for, which is probably where I'm gonna sit, I'll be cool with it. But if you want the immersive game pack where you can hear footsteps a little bit more dynamically, be like, oh, he is in this room. That kind of dynamic
What's
breakdown.
hilarious about this is that only one half of my headset works right now.
Ah, buddy.
So it's one of those things where, like, you know, come by this immersive thing where you can hear footsteps through a door. Motherfucker, I can barely hear the game.
I mean, technically it would work. It would just sound very dull in that ear. And give me another replug if you don't mind.
I really don't know what that's about, but
I don't either. It sounds like a lot of power going to it, but you can't regulate it. There's very few games in my history that have been very scarring to me. This one being Killing Time Resurrected. If you
Mario Paint, gotcha.
Mario Paint wasn't too bad. It kept me up at night because I would fall asleep and the thing would boot doot 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 bup bup, and it would wake me up. But Night Dive does it again. They re-rendered this full motion video style game. You don't get too many of those in I mean, kind of in today's times, but the way that they managed to do this type of full motion video in this game, it's very crunchy. It is on its own engine, I believe. It is not like a regular engine that anyone's familiar with. I don't think it's Build. Even still, this is staggeringly better.
I mean, this is kind of fun, though.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm a little interested.
If you are into schlock, early '90s horror genre stuff with a little bit of mythicism and spirit watching, Killing Time Resurrected, I believe it is dropping now. It did drop now. So if you want to go check this out, please tell me you left the Steam link. Please be smart. Put the fuck. Fine, I'll just do this then. Oh, and it's 20% off. Let's go. Oh, there we go. So $20 on Steam right now.
Not bad, not bad.
Hands. Boop. Oh, boop. Quincy, you own some Electronic Gaming
Custom.
Monthly. You've had some Electronic Gaming Monthly magazines, haven't you?
Yeah, you know, I've had a couple different subscriptions. I did this one. I had Game Informer, who just recently shut down. I actually have a couple hundred issues of Game Informer in the garage somewhere, probably, that I'm gonna throw up on eBay and let people have if they're probably feeling nostalgic. And I did Xbox magazine for a little bit. Do you remember that?
With the playable game discs, right?
They did those for a little bit, I think. Yeah, I think that was a thing briefly, like
I
the
remember that.
demo discs.
I remember the PlayStation one, and one of my favorite, which was Tips and Tricks, because it taught me how to cheat in fucking Grand Theft Auto 3. It was great. It was fantastic. Taught me how
Trying to
to
think of what other
bring out cars, tanks.
trying to think of what other like magazines were big with me growing up.
I had a couple issues of Nintendo. Oh, pardon me, Nintendo magazine.
Yeah, Nintendo was a good one. I never had a subscription to Nintendo, but I remember like whenever I could get my hands on one, I was pretty excited.
I think that's all I can
Because
really
I'm a
recall.
horror guy.
Oh, Game Pro
Game Pro. Yeah, I think I remember Game
with
Pro.
the
What was the logo like?
like a wild zany dude with fire hair. Whenever he was like a 5 out of 5, he had big fire hair. He was so excited, so wild.
Okay, I think I might remember that. I was also because I'm a horror guy. You know, I did the horror magazines and stuff like that.
There's definitely something I'm missing that was like a big one with me. I just can't think of what it is. But back to this. So Electronic Gaming Monthly.
Yes. They are starting up a Kickstarter, I believe, on November 1st that will run through the entire month of November to where they are just wanting to fund their personal archives. Where if you're looking for what they rated a game, or if you're just looking for something to play that you have a collection of, and you're like, you know what did they think of this? You can go back and take a look at specific games, such as Loaded for the PlayStation. Great game. 8.5, 7, 9, and 8 from the editors that worked there. And they are specifically credited and well categorized. And it has issues that you can just dig through. And they are wanting basically just funding to keep these going. They have purchasable features such as posters with covers on them, as well as pins. So they're saying back at today on Kickstarter, why don't you have the... Hold on, we're just going to do this then. How long you got? Oh, snaps. 21 days left to go, but they are well funded by 10 times.
Oh, hey.
They needed 35,000. They got 350,000. And let's just take
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Oh, it is a hell of a drug, and I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. The lost issues of EGM, Your Name in the Books, stretch goals, which are just added pages, 1,000 greatest games of all time, extra pages, same of this century. So they are adding to this compendium. This is going to be a big fucking book. It's going to be a tome. Holy shit. Cool.
I like a book I could kill somebody with.
Shit. Yeah, me too. So they've unlocked EGM rights again, all new print issue. So that means they're getting all new issue of EGM will be out with the compendium. That's kind of cool.
Oh, Wizard Magazine. That was my big one. Why the hell did I not
Wizard.
think of that?
I remember Wizard.
It just popped in my head just as like a fucking wizard.
Shipping rates, $20
You know the
anywhere.
chat out there sitting there going, Playboy.
I remember it. Rest of the world, $20, but if you're in USA or Canada, it is free shipping. Cool. Go and check out this Kickstarter at kickstarter.com/projects/EGM book/EGM compendium. Badoop.
I have a new way of viewing the podcast. I just can't believe how many tabs he has open right now.
Hey, that's how he got it done.
No, I get it, man. It's just the fact that your computer can handle this is lovely.
Oh, I love it. And all
My
1080p
computer shits
videos.
when I check my email.
Yeah, no, we'll be all right. We'll be okay. And give me a replug while I
My
talk.
computer takes a shit when I look at it.
Like wet and runny or solid, like little deer drops.
Depends on the day.
Fair enough. And a replug while I talk about Nightingale. I've seen Nightingale once, and I'm like, it's slowly coming back. It's a first-person game, and it has a Halloween event, and I'm like, is this online? It doesn't really click with me, but I really do like the scary models that come along with it. It's just if you play Nightingale, enjoy this nice added feature with the crazy Halloween heads. But any other gaming things, Q?
No, but really quick, I did want to touch on. I love games that do holiday events, especially ones that like show love to holidays outside of Christmas. That's always been a big thing for me. So it looks like this is a survival video game by Inflection Games. It entered early access February of this year. Players attempt to survive. Oh, where did it go?
You could build that
good there.
Yeah, hold on. Look at the stream.
Yeah, that's insane. Players attempt to survive in a gas lamp fantasy world set in Victorian era. It includes light role-playing elements such as quests. 6 out of 10 on Steam, 6 out of 10 from IGN.
Okay, so it's being currently worked on because it's still early access. 30
Yeah, it's not
bucks.
doing well review wise though. I got things coming up on Reddit where people are like, this thing was dead on arrival and shit like that.
So I am also seeing that, but it says recent reviews, 414 users in the last 30 days are positive. Oh, 81% of the 414 updated ones. So these updates are slowly fixing this. So it went from bad, now it is mixed. That's the way I'm kind of seeing
it
it.
was early access, and that's kind of how that's supposed to work. You improve as you go.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna keep an eye out because yeah, this whole thing was kind of new, and some of the creatures that were in it were kind of eye catching. Yeah, I'll take a peek. Up, shoe news. Oh, because of that. We got ourselves our skull pack for the Nike's collaborations.
Oh, those look cool.
Mm-hmm. I really like the little like light blood splat kind of airbrush on it, and then further down you got the skull on the very ends of the shoes. I like them, and they
Those
come
are
in
fun.
black, red, and green black with kind of like a dried scale esque on the green ones. I can really say I prefer the green ones, oddly enough. But the red ones are very close afterwards. $130.
Oddly enough, Mr. I look good in olive.
I look good in olive. Both are
I'm
releasing.
not arguing whether or not you look good in olive. I'm saying that oddly enough, man, you like green. Shut up.
I like green. My favorite color is pink, but I don't look good in pink.
Oh, Target has a Barbie shirt in men's right now, and I want to get it.
I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'm still kind of up in the air about it.
It's just a pink shirt that says Barbie on it. And like,
It's fitted
it
for
has to do with the movie, but that's not why I'm buying it. Although I did enjoy the movie.
That's fair. $130 for the black and red, $140 for the green and black for tomorrow. It drops tomorrow. Badoop. Oh man, I'm glad I kept all the shoe news kind of secret. You like candy corn?
What in the candy corn?
Num num
Love
num
candy corn.
num. I'm okay with candy corn. I like the mallow cream.
I haven't bought candy
pumpkins.
corn yet this season.
Really,
The pumpkin's
really.
good, yeah.
But
I can't put candy out like I used to. Like I used to do my big glass pumpkin full of candy, but I have a dog that gets into fucking everything now. So I know that glass pumpkin will get shattered, and I'm worried about one of the animals getting hurt when it gets shattered. And then also I don't want to lose my pumpkin, and I don't want the dog to get sick from eating a bunch of candy corn.
that's fair.
Remember that really heavy side table I have with the glass in the center? It's like metal and wood, and it's got glass in the center.
Yeah.
The dog knocked that over the other day.
Oh no. Is it okay?
The glass didn't fall out, so it didn't break, but like
It could have been.
that's
bad.
how fucking strong this dog is.
I'm a little wappy boy. But the candy corn shoes has a little tooth on the inlay with a piece of candy corn stuck to it, I think. Oh, warning. Don't take candy from strangers.
I like that. Can you zoom in on the toe? Is that a bite mark? What is going on?
Oh, yeah. It is.
It's a bite mark. I'm
Good
pointing at
spot.
the screen like you could fucking see me.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I caught on to what you were saying. But yeah. Okay, very interesting looking shoes. I believe they dropped today. Yes, they dropped today for $125. This is very candy corn. I don't, not my cut. Badoop. Did you know Tom Hardy is a sneaker fiend?
I did not, but that kind of doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. At every one of his movie drops, he has worn a very interesting pair of either Air Jordans, Air Forces, or otherwise. And he just always wears them. Like he's got this really interesting Easter print with like patchwork on them as just his everydays. And then further down, he's got a very interesting corduroy ones that match his pants very well. I'm like, okay, all right, I can get down with all these. Just thought I'd mention it. He does want to talk with Nike to build some interesting shoes, but he's like, whatever you guys want to do. But dude, these clog posits, very similar to the foam posits.
I've seen these.
Yes, they are called the Green Goblin, and they definitely look very Green Goblin because in the movie, something very similar. And
He's wearing a Nike in the movie.
is he really?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
a Nike that they altered.
Oh, then this definitely suits for that. But if you want to look like have the Green Goblin's foots, you can purchase them. $140 for these clog posits. $140 though, November 1st. That's a little pricey. $140 for,
People got more money than they should.
or they're charging too much for just a little bit. If it had something to actually do with Green Goblin, I could see the
My point
price.
is that because someone's going to buy this, and just that right there means some people have more money than they should.
Yeah. Oh boy. Did you watch Bleach? I forget.
No, I did not watch Bleach.
No.
That's one of the ones that's a little daunting when I look at the episode count.
Yeah, now it's over, so you can now do like one of the speedrun ones. But Bleach is okay. There's scenes that I really like.
I can't do that, man.
Yeah, you're right. It's
I
a rough
have
one.
to see them all. Like, it feels weird.
That's fair. It is very daunting when you look at 1,700 chapters of the black and white manga, and then you look at how many freaking volumes that equals out to, and you're like, that's a lot of reading. One Piece is worse, and I've slowly been chipping away at that little iceberg. It hurts.
You're a braver man than me.
It's fine right now. Replug if you don't mind. And these shoes are very Axis, Axis, ASICS, A6. They are a very tennis shoe. They are a very dad tennis shoe. But on the very back, they have Japanese characters that I don't. Chinese characters? I'm unsure.
I would assume Japanese because it's a manga, right?
Right, but that has.
Unless the manga takes place in Chinese. It takes place in China, I mean.
I'm unsure. Very unsure, but they are the colorways of the two characters of fucking Ichigo Kurosaki and Renji or Abarai. I keep forgetting his name. They had a cool fight. All right, you ready? You ready for the beatdown, Quincy? Every single week, I have given you Croc shoes. I'm giving you
Your days are
Wicked.
numbered.
That's fine. I was counting since ever. Come on. Wicked.
Wickedly awful.
It is very emerald, very green. And
I will say the marketing for this movie has been high tier. I have yet to see the trailer pop up naturally for me on anything.
oh, you like not organically. Okay. You went and saw the trailer
Yeah, like
elsewhere.
I went and sought out the trailer. The trailer has not popped up anywhere, but I'm walking through every fucking store and they've got Wicked stuff. You know, they're doing Wicked donuts, they're doing Wicked Crocs, they're doing Wicked drinks at Starbucks. Like, it's literally everywhere, but the fucking trailer is nowhere.
And then here is the glam wow. Look at that heel. Look at that heel.
That is a heel.
You could be in a Croc in this heel. Glenda knows how to stand these some guns.
By heel, I mean, the bad guy.
Sure.
Wait, no, the heel's a good guy, isn't he?
No, heel's
I
bad.
can't
Face
remember.
is a good.
Is the heel the bad guy or the guy? Okay, I had that right. Cool.
Yeah. You want to be the bad guy? Fine. If you just want the gibbets are also available. However, they are $5 $5 a pop at $25 for the 5-pack.
Is that the point we've reached now? People just buy just the gibbets instead of the new Crocs?
Fucking Hot Topic makes it a fucking. They have a gibbet wall that they just restock with random ass gibbets they receive, and people buy them off
Fucking
that gibbet wall.
gross.
Yeah, buddy.
You
Let's
might
go
as well just
from.
sworn at me.
I mean, fuck you. Um, Cult of the Lamb, Hymns of the Unholy, double-sided vinyl with a beautiful purple streak colorway. I am totally here for this. These are all the metal arrangements from Cult of the Lamb, and I haven't played Cult of the Lamb, but this definitely drives me to do so. Such beautiful artwork has been thrown into this, and I'm sure beautiful music also. This one is to kind of kick off their cooperative mode, which I believe is called the Unholy Right? Unholy Union? Something like that, where you can play couch co-op. And I think there was also one more thing in the Devolver store that... Oh, yeah, and the shirts. The lamb and goat t-shirt. Kind of like the goat more. They were really... They really put a lot of money into the... what came after, because Cult of the Lamb sold well, still doing well. They keep updating it, adding new creatures, adding new features. Every DLC that's come out has been a banger. And then they did the couch co-op, and that was a banger. They did the freaking wedding out in Australia. Like, they know how to...
Yeah, I saw that at a convention.
Mm-hmm. The 3 weddings, yes.
Is that how you and Socks are going to do it? You can do it Cult of the Lamb?
I mean, sure. I don't mind. I would like to play the game first, though. That is all I have to really ask. But I do. So tomorrow, the Legend of Vox Machina Season 3 is coming to a close with its final 3 episodes. That's Season 3. Season 4 got announced before the end of Season 3. I am really excited and proud of Critical Role and everything that they're doing with animation right now. They are working on their campaign 2 at the same time. They seem to be going all in, and I'm very excited to see what animators that are allowed to animate can animate. You haven't seen any of Beyond Season 1, you said?
I didn't watch Season 1.
Oh.
I haven't watched any of it.
It's a rompous good time. It gets
That's
emotional.
what I hear. It's just... It's not high on my I have to get through this list.
Gotcha.
Plus, I never finished the podcast anyways, so...
Yeah.
Never even got close.
I don't think you need to finish that to get into this, personally.
No, I mean, like, I didn't get as into it as everybody else did. Like, I have nothing against it, but it just wasn't the thing for me that it has been for everybody else. So when it comes to, like, oh my god, you have to watch this, I'm like, do I, though?
Nah. It's good.
Like, I will eventually.
Okay. That is fair. And I'm sorry to say, replug one more time.
Oh my god, what is with this thing?
I don't know, it just makes a weird popla noise. Something you showed me and I'm mad I can't have right now. A salted caramel frosty. I could just really go for a frosty right now. But I'm excited. It says available nationwide in November.
So here's my question for you on frosties.
Go for it.
How do you feel about the fact that there's a vanilla one?
I got one the last time we got it. You asked me to try it out, and I said, "Yeah, all right, fine." Because you're.
I didn't ask you to try it out because I've never tried it.
Oh, I did. I did the last time we went together.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing until my brother worked for the company, and then I was like, "Wait, that's a thing?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll pass."
Yeah, I mean, the chocolate one is the added one, but it's the one everyone orders.
The chocolate is king.
You were right. You are 100% right.
The other day, my roommate asked me, if I wanted cake, he was stopping at the store. And he's like, I'm going to pick up like a slice of cake while I'm grabbing dinner. Do you want a slice of cake? I was like, sure. And he goes, I got you this one. He sends me a photo of a vanilla cake with vanilla frosting on. What the fuck's wrong with you? That's a plain ass cake.
That's a basic bitch.
Give me chocolate, bitch.
There are a few different flavors I'll take if it involves vanilla, but it needs to have topping, you know? But this is cute. To those who still have VHS cassette players, Alien Romulus is being released for a limited edition printing on VHS. That is super neat.
I mean, I think it's really cool. I would buy it if I actually was like still actively having my VHS collection, which I'm not. I have a VCR, but I'm not actively doing a VHS collection, so I won't be getting this. But I respect this and anybody that buys it.
Fair. I mean, I also respect anyone who buys this. I don't think it's for me. December 3rd is when it drops. Sparto. Back over to the snack side, we have ourselves Ice Cream Sundae A&W. And I was running down the idea of what Ice Cream Sundae meant. And if it's the 3 toppings I see on the front, which is the vanilla, which is a vanilla cream soda, chocolate, which doesn't really translate too well in a soda, and cherry, which can hit or miss depending on what you're throwing it in. I want to try it. I really do. What about you, Q?
I'm open to try this. I'm probably gonna give this a shot.
Gotcha. We'll definitely probably keep an ear out. Badoop. Speaking of giving an ear out, I will try and keep my eyes locked in for the all-new Red Velvet Reese's, where it has a topping of red velvet. Red Velvet...
I don't know about this, man.
Yeah, Red Velvet and chocolate has been interesting. There's the Russell Stover's Red Velvet Cream, which tastes good. This is not cream. This is a more solid base. So I am curious, and I definitely want to know what it's going to be like. Because if it's not a smooth consistency, that may be where it's off. Coming in January. Yeah. But something that hopefully...
I'm excited about and I'm into.
I hope I run into them very quickly. Reese's filled pretzels. No chocolate, which I don't mind, but just the peanut butter and pretzels mess me up. I'm happy for these. Coming in November. Everyone's like, oh, hopefully it'll get a version coated in Hershey's chocolate. That one exists. It's not great. It's fine. It's serviceable, but this is what I want. Give me what I want. That's not what I want.
What I want.
And last one, a little bit more anchored toward me. Pepsi Max with Captain Morgan and Coca-Cola with Bacardi. I don't mind Captain. Hurts my tummy. Bacardi does less hurt on the tummy. I could definitely see myself doing the Coca-Cola and Bacardi, no problem. Plus, it's Pepsi Max with Captain Morgan. Keep it. Keep that nonsense. Got a little bit of sniffles from the sneeze.
As this continues to be a bigger thing with these companies just going, we know people are already making the alcohol with our drinks. Let's just like go ahead and do this. I'm curious to see what comes next because we've got the Jack and Cokes are a thing. Now the Bacardi and Coke is a thing. Now we got the Captain Morgan and Pepsi as a thing. And I'm really curious to see like how far this goes.
I don't know if you know this one because you don't really shop that aisle, but Ocean Spray and a very popular vodka company. Take a crack at what vodka company?
Absolute.
Very good. They have combined to make seltzers, flavored cocktail seltzers.
Not surprised.
They're
well,
okay.
That's the thing is, I went to a baseball game with James, and he wanted. What drink is it when you mix Captain and Coke?
It's just Captain Coke, rum and Coke,
or not. Not Captain Coke. Jack and Coke. Sorry, that's what I was thinking of. Jack and Coke. So yeah, a Jack and Coke. He wanted Jack and Coke when they were selling the drinks at the ball game because they have those now. So it's like you don't have to go to a bar at the ballpark and buy a thing. The guys walking around selling the beers can sell you a Jack and Coke now because they just have the cans.
of the pre-done thing.
I mean, it's quick, simple, easy.
It-
But
it's
how much was it?
Yeah, it's quick, simple, easy. It's smart. And what'd you say?
How much was it?
Oh, I don't remember.
Hmm.
Wasn't cheap, but I mean, we're at a ballpark, and nothing's cheap. you know?
That's fair.
Like I spent an ungodly amount of money on a coffee while I was there, thinking, "Oh, I'm at a ballpark in Seattle, and it's Starbucks. This is gonna be good." And it was a black cup of coffee that came with half and half. So
So it wasn't even
I've
worth
literally
it.
had better coffee. Right, I've literally had better coffee at a ballpark in Arizona. They have a coffee company at the ballpark at the Diamondback Stadium in Arizona, and it was a damn good cup of coffee. It was expensive, but it was good.
Gotcha. I just haven't run into a good cup of coffee yet. That's my problem.
Well, yeah, that's personal tastes.
Also, having only 5% of alcohol per volume and 5.9 for the Bacardi side, I don't know, man. I might as well just walk around with a Truly. Like, Truly's taste way better.
Here's my thing on that is, I mean, how much alcohol are you really getting when you make one anyways? Because you're supposed to cut it with the Coke, and it is supposed to be more Coke than it is
Oh,
the
it
alcohol,
is?
and more Pepsi than it is the alcohol. I would assume.
Me half and halving it.
But you also have to remember you're buying this in probably a 4-pack or a 6-pack.
Right. I could tell by the difference of cans. Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, if it was a 4-pack that wasn't expensive, because the Jack and Coke ones are kind of pricey, like $14 for a 4-pack was what I last noticed, and I was like, that's ridiculous. I can buy a bottle for 14 or for 20, and get a 12-pack of Coke for fucking $6. Doesn't have to be doesn't have to be name brand. Wing wing. But point still stands. For 30, I can
I
make
guess
a
not if
lot
you
more
don't know
drinks.
booze.
That's also fair. Like I can build more for less. Yeah. I guess if you're out at a party and need something quick to mix, or just hop into party mode, there you go.
Yeah, I think it has its place. I don't understand people who are buying this as I'm at home relaxing watching TV or
Unless
having a
you're
barbecue or something. I don't understand the people that are doing that. What'd you say?
unless you're staggeringly like lazy.
Yeah, like that's what it's got to be. Like it's just the concept of mixing your own drink is just so horrible. Like I'm not saying that. However, it does say select markets, so I wonder if this is going to roll out bigger at like a movie theater or in a casino or at a ballpark or at a football stadium, so on and so forth. Places where it's like, yeah, here you go, because having a canned drink's better than having one of those having like an open cup, anyways.
True. Well, it says Pepsi and Captain Morgan is launching now in the UK, and the Bacardi and Coke is in early 2025 Mexico and European countries before expanding elsewhere. So we'll probably have more information as these begin to move.
Yeah, maybe that's what they mean by select markets. They mean like the countries they're in.
Right. Go ahead and give me one last replug while I do the outro. Alrighty. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to check the links down in the description for our good old Humble Bundle, our good old Zenny, and our good old... oh, yeah, we don't talk about that one. Soon I will be in works with other Talkie Talks, and there will be something else there, hopefully, by next week. Remember to check out Quincy's Twitter. Check out my Twitter. I've been doing a lot more in the art field. I've reblogged a bunch of crazy memes. Enjoy those. I believe that is it. At the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years. For the love of God, love one another. It's free to do. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.